Thanks for the support as a channel member, Nathan Kerwood. Boys and girls, if today's episode goes to plan, we're going to have the opportunity to right a wrong from last season. If we can beat Accrington in the first round of the FA Cup, which is a big if, they're trying to get promoted from League One, we set up a potential second round tie against Lincolnshire rivals Lincoln, who of course knocked us out of the FA Cup in the second round last year. Hello and welcome to part 20 of the Bourne Legacy. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have that FA Cup first round replay away against Accrington, and then we'll see what happens. We might have the second round tie as well, depending on if we win this one and when it happens. I don't want to go like 8 matches in advance. I haven't got time to make that video today, so we'll see. We'll play Accrington first up, though. Nothing's happened since you were last with me, because last time you were with me was the last match when we got that draw against Accrington in the home leg. The other thing, of course, with these FA Cup runs is to keep an eye on the club finances. We haven't made enough money this year yet. We want a big crowd here for the Accrington game today at their place, which I think is probably easier said than done. But we really want that win. We want to make it through to the next round of the competition, and this is the team we're putting out there to try and achieve exactly that. We're going with Daniels in goal, a back four of Dice, Bellowain, Barkley and Fossey, Smith and new boy Liddell in midfield, with McKendy and Leahy supporting Plange and Hector Ingram up front. Let's get into the match. Ben Liddell still not fully fit, but you know what? We've struggled with finding a central midfield partner for Smith. We talked about that in the last episode. Fingers crossed Liddell might be that man. If he's not, our other new central midfielder, Tommy Rowe, is also down on the bench. We've given the underdogs team talk, and they didn't like it, which, I don't know. Are they telling me, no, we're not underdogs? Underdogs? We're not underdogs, boss. We're coming here to win, and here is Smith, who was very quiet in that first leg, had a poor game, the first poor game he'd had in a Bourne shirt, but plays Lee in early on here, and that is it's the first good opportunity of the game. We had clear-cut chances for days in the first leg and didn't really capitalise on them, and already today, 4 minutes in, we've had our first clear-cut chance and not managed to convert it into a goal. That's something that is going to need to improve if we've got any chance at all of knocking out League One opposition in the FA Cup. Hector Ingram charging down the right-hand side, but he's offside. So free kick to Accrington. This could be the last appearance for Bourne for Barkley today at centre-back. He is under offer from a big club, so he's probably going to be on his way out as ever. All of these players in on non-contract basis, so they can just leave as soon as anyone else wants them. So all these FA Cup games, it's just advertising how good our players are, which probably isn't the best idea, but as long as we have a conveyor belt bringing in new ones, like new boy Daniels and Liddell and Rowe, as long as we're bringing in new top quality players all the time, it doesn't matter that they're leaving all the time. It's when we lose someone really good like Smith and don't have a replacement for him that it becomes a bit of an issue. We saw it with Connor Carty last year. We didn't really adequately replace him. And I think when Smith leaves this year, we'll have a similar situation. We're not going to find another Smith this season. We're 1-0 down, 14 minutes in. I mean, I'd love to say it's against the run of play, but it's really not. They've had 64% of the possession. It's their 5th shot of the game. Yes, we've had that one clear-cut chance to their none, but it looks, from the majority of those stats, it looks like League One opposition against non-league opposition at the moment. And I was hoping for better than that. I thought we genuinely had a chance today, but we are really struggling to even get hold of the ball, which is worrisome. Let's ask for 10 minutes of passion. It upset us in the last game when I asked for passion, but I've just done it there and it's fired everybody up. So clearly it's a situational thing. And this situation is one where they recognise a little bit of passion won't go amiss. Accrington are in again here, and Barkley has given away a penalty, and that might be it. If we go 2-0 down here, I think it is a long road back into this tie. 32 minutes gone, Accrington 2, Bourne 0, and I think our FA Cup run for this season might be over, because those match stats don't look like the match stats of a team that is feeling hard done by and might make its way back into this match. I think probably when we do eventually hit this level, we might not want to do a 4-2-4. Just a little tip for future Kev. This system works because our players are so much better than the players they come up against. Playing against similar quality players, we probably need a more elegant tactic than just kick the ball out wide, whip crosses in, score lots of goals, which is literally the tactic we've played for the 2.5 years we've been here at Bourne. Very simple, very non-league, very effective with the players that we've got. But we're now 3-0 down, and I think we flattered ourselves a little bit in the first leg, and it did lead me to dream. They've not got a stand here. I genuinely thought we might come here and give Accrington a bit of a game, but we're not, are we? The only potential route back in, they're all complacent, and we have got good strikers, but it doesn't count for anything if we can't get hold of the ball and create chances for them. So we need something different in the second half. Let's assertively say that. I mean, that was absolutely terrible. That was one of the worst performances we've put in during my time here. And I know it's against good opposition, but we feel like we're almost that good. I know we talk a lot about the players we've got being too good for this level. I was just offered a job interview at League 2 Plymouth. So even as a manager, the game is recognising that I'm perhaps 4 or 5 divisions below the level I should be at as well. So all of that stuff combined makes me feel like we should be putting up more of a fight than we are in this match. We have got the ball here, though, although we've given it away almost as I say it. Dice plays it into Smith. Smith, we really need a performance from him. He's supposed to be a championship quality player. And across 2 matches here against Accrington, he's really not shown it, which I guess long-term is a good thing for us because it's not put him in the shop window. Hector Ingram here from range line. What a goal from Jamal Hector Ingram. Maybe we're not completely out of things yet. Belouane was very instrumental in that because he had an absolutely superb last-ditch tackle there. Ball forward from Fossey. It's flicked on I think it was flicked on initially by Hector Ingram. Plange gives it back to him, and that's a lovely, lovely finish. If we can score the next goal in this game, then this is on. They're fired up again, though. Their complacency has passed. What can we do? Let's get creative. Let's try and find a route back into the game. A second goal here for us would be absolutely massive. A 4th for them, and it kills off any fight back that we might be trying to muster up. This is where we need Smith to step up and show us just how good he is and just get a hold of this game. And we've got a player sent off. And there goes that, because we ain't going to do it with 10 men. We dreamt for a little while. But what do we do here? Tempted to just go 3 at the back and keep the rest of the system the same. We've got Wiggett on the bench who could come on for Dice. I know that is insane, but dropping anyone back to maintain a back 4 means we either lose a winger, lose a striker, or lose a central midfielder, and none of those options are going to lead to us scoring the goals we need to score to get back into this game. So what I might do is drop the wingers back, which doesn't really work with McKendy, but Tommy Rowe could come on and play there. And then bring Wiggett on for Dice and do a 3-4-2. So Wiggett comes on to play there. And then Tommy Rowe comes on to play there. But with an attacking... Do we want him with an attacking instruction to get... No, I think we'll leave it as that. And I think that's our best chance. It's still not much of a chance. But I think it's the only way that leaves us attacking enough to have any opportunity to get back into this game. 2 substitutions, though. Wasted, potentially. Smith. I still maintain he needs to get a hold of this game and sort it out for us. But it is Accrington who are attacking down the wing. And obviously we don't have a fullback over there, but Barkley's across to cover. And now Hector Ingram tries to flick on, can't quite get enough onto it, but Smith gets a hold of it again, plays the ball in for Hector Ingram to chase, who shoots from range and scores again. And it's 3-2. And Jamal Hector Ingram has his second of the game, and they've been two absolute worldies. It was a lovely ball from Smith to play him in. And all of a sudden, with 25 minutes left in this tie, 10 men of Bourne have got a chance to find a way back into this match. This is absolutely nuts. Let's get creative again. Just keep being creative, boys. For goodness sake, Liddell is shattered. Obviously, he wasn't match fit going in. He needs to come off. We've got Payaziti can come on. That's an easy change to make. We need to find another goal. We're going to go attacking. We've got to find this third goal from somewhere. Barkley plays it forward. Hector Ingram trying to chase into space again, but he looks shattered as well. Remember, we're part-time. We train 2 evenings a week. This lot are playing full-time, and this is the second time we've played them in 4 days. So fitness is going to play into this as we get towards the end of this match. Hector Ingram plays it back to Barkley. Ball over the top for Lee. We've got options in the middle, but Lee's going to go it alone, I think, and he scores! What a goal from Lee! My word! Drop all the way back to balanced. It's 3-3 now, and we're potentially heading for extra time, which, again, fitness-wise, we can't do extra time. But, goodness me, are we putting up a fight in this match? This is absolutely insane. Get creative a third time, gentlemen. Come on. If they score against us here, that's sickening, because we deserve this result now. We've fought and fought and fought, and there's only 10 of us. They've got an extra player. That's cheating. Plange. Now, we've not seen anything at all of him today, but the ball over the top to Hector Ingram is perfect, and he's in. And that felt like the moment in the 90th minute. Hector Ingram is clear. It was easier than either of the 2 goals he scored, but we do win a corner, and it's row to take. And we do have options in the middle. We don't find any of them, though. It was obviously just a terrible corner. My goodness me. Plange again in midfield. Smith now. Ball over the top. He's played Hector Ingram in again, but he's shattered. He can't chase up. It's a nice pass for the 19th minute of a league game when we haven't played for a week, but he can't chase that in these circumstances. Hector Ingram plays it into Lee. You can chase it. Lee's in again to win the match. Jack Lee has just scored in the 92nd minute. It is Accrington Stanley 3, 10-man Bourne Town of Tier 8 4. I'm flabbergasted. I don't want to go to cautious. We're going to leave it balanced. Even if they score here, we are heroes after this. And they have scored immediately. It's an absolutely instant reply. And you've got to feel like that knocks the stuffing out of us a little bit. But we have shown so much fight in this game. I don't want to see it. That you can't write us off yet. We've made it to extra time. Oh, it's penalties. That potentially plays into our favour. Why is it penalties? What's happened to the FA Cup, for goodness sake? But we are tiring quickly. And penalties, it's anybody's. Well, let's just see what happens, I guess. We've had 114 fans travel all the way to Accrington for this match. That's more than we get for some home games. And Accrington score the first penalty. Hector Ingram steps up. Could and probably should have had a hat-trick in normal time. Can he convert his penalty? Go on, son. Where's my beverage? I can't watch a penalty shootout without having a drink. It'll ruin me. Right, Clark stepping up for Accrington. Make the save. I thought, I don't know why I'm purring, apparently. Barkley was the villain, one of the villains in the match, giving away a penalty. And in his final appearance for the club, probably, scores his penalty. It's 2-2, 3 penalties each remaining. We need our keeper to make himself a hero. It's only his second match for the club. He's never played a league game for us, and he's made a save in the penalty shootout. And all of a sudden, an opportunity opens up. Tommy Rowe, on his debut, can he score a hugely important penalty for us? He cannot, and it remains 2-2. 2 penalties each remaining. And the keeper needs to make himself a hero. Again, I keep calling him the keeper because I can't remember his name. I want to say Davis. But, turnover of players and all that. I can't remember what they're all called. I couldn't name every player who's played for a Smith. Prove you're a championship player. Do not bottle this, young man. He doesn't. Final penalties each. A save here from our keeper is huge because it gives us such an opportunity for the second round of the FA Cup. And he doesn't save it. And now all the pressure is on whoever our fifth penalty taker is. We're heroes regardless of what's about to happen. I don't even know who's taking it. I don't remember. Who is that? It's Wiggett. Who? Oh my God. Young centre-back. Played for us maybe 3 times before. Didn't expect to be on the pitch at any point today. This is a lot of pressure. This feels like a miss. I don't even know if I can watch. He missed, didn't he? Oh. What a heroic performance all the same against a team pushing for promotion into the Championship. We did very, very well there today. How much money did we get? Fossey got him. Oh, what a silly goose. Fines and all sorts going on. I can understand you want an improved deal for him. He was excellent, but I doubt we can pay him the money he wants. Can we? How can we give him a... I want to give him a real contract. But I don't know why we can't. I mean, have that. You deserve that. Have £400 per appearance. That's fine. If it keeps you around for a little bit longer, that's fine. How much money's in the kitty now? Not as much as we made last year, but it keeps the Wolves from the door. Now we have to go and play a league game. So close. There you go. We get some good news. Ben Barkley has decided to stay at the club, turns down a move to National League Sutton. That is really interesting because that's the first time anyone's turned down a big move to a significantly bigger club. Sutton are second in the National League, pushing for promotion to the Football League. Ben Barkley's 25 years old, previously of Accrington, has played in the Football League throughout his career and has decided to stay with us. It's not like we're paying him loads of money. They must have... Either they offered him even less or he's holding out for one of these. I would say he's still almost certainly leaving, but I guess thinks he can probably do better than Sutton. And looking at that list, he probably can, to be fair. But the important thing is we get to keep him for a little bit longer. So just the one change for the game against Tooting and Mitcham. Obviously, Fossey suspended after what he did. So Wiggett comes in to play on the players right back. And we've got a load of players who are on international duty as well. Payaziti, Davis, a trialist. Oh, he's ineligible, not on international duty. I was going to say, that would be mad. Garcia, almost fit enough to be back involved again. But for now, just Wiggett coming in at right back. I think it's good to have him straight in the team after missing the penalty, just to show him, you know what, we're one big happy family here. I know you missed a penalty, but come on, you can start now. Come and show us you're as good as the rest of this lot. So I think that's probably worked out quite nicely for him. Obviously, would have preferred it to work out just about any other way. But I fully expect you to keep our run going. Yeah, I think that is fair. So, league, at the moment, we're even further behind on games played than we were the last time I looked. Chertsey have now played 7 games more than us. We are still up in the playoffs in 4th place. 12 points behind, but with 7 games in hand. And these are obviously the kind of games that we need to be winning. Presumably this is one of our games in hand, although a Saturday afternoon game, I guess everyone else is playing today as well. So maybe this one's not actually a game in hand. Future Kev, did you manage to edit that sneeze out? Because goodness me, that came in a word almost. I'm very impressed if no one noticed the sneeze until I just said it. Liddell plays it into McKendy. McKendy with a flick on. I thought Hector Ingram was going to get just under that and tuck it past the keeper, but he couldn't quite get there. And alas, 'twas not to be. We seem to be having a little bit of an Accrington hangover going on here. We've had less possession than Tooting. We've not really created much yet. Lee is in here, though, who has signed that new contract, by the way. There is Liddell with a big opportunity to put us 1-0 up, but it's straight at their keeper. I don't know what this means with Lee. Now he's signed a new contract. Does that mean we get like the 6-month protection bubble on him again? Because if he now stays with us until the end of the season, I think my new tactic might have to be with some of these better players, if we can get them to agree to it, offer them new contracts October, November time, tie them down a little bit longer, try and keep, we only have to keep them till April. So if we get to middle of October and get them in another 6-month period, that gets us through to the end of the season with them then at the moment. And I know there's some of them who just won't sign already. Smith is an example. We've already looked at trying to sign him again or increase his contract, and he's not interested in discussing it. So it's not an option for the really, really good ones. But if Lee's still here at the end of the year, we then have a new tactic for some of these players just to try and keep hold of them and start building a squad, because I don't know how many more promotions it's going to be, whether it's next year or the year after, that we're going to be able to start offering proper contracts. But it would be nice, seeing how well we competed against Accrington in those last couple of matches, it would be nice to start forming the squad that's going to work through the National League, North or South, whatever we end up in, through the National League, into League Two, and start identifying some players who are going to be with us long term, start building our Bourne heroes, getting some players on the icons list. That's what we've got to be looking for. And Lee... Oh, I'm so emotional, I can't even get it out. Lee could be one of them. He was a star from the moment he appeared at the start of the season. And obviously we saw how good he can be in that game against Accrington. Plunges in again here, and their defender does very well to deny him. McKendy is the first to the free ball, but it is eventually cleared by the Tooting defender. We go in at half-time 1-0 up. It's one of our most conserved performances of the season so far. Is that a word? Conserved? I don't want to say conserved. It's not like we're not trying, but we're not succeeding. We've had 5 clear-cut chances from only 9 shots, so we are creating a lot still. Our strikers just not being prolific enough. Again, it's been the story of the last couple of episodes. We've got 4 strikers at the club who seemingly, according to we've got 4 strikers at the club who score a goal a game, but unbelievably, they're all quite wasteful with it as well, and don't score anywhere near as many as they should based on the number of clear-cut chances they get. I guess that's why they're playing at this level. Dice now plays it through, looking for Plange, I think. It ends up falling free to Lee. I don't even know why he's there, but he knows why he's there, because he wants to score a goal. Number 12 of the season for Jack Lee. It's some terrible defending from Tooting. It was an awful pass from Dice. I think he's expecting Plange to chase onto it. He doesn't, but then their defender plays it into the path of Lee, probably better than Plange would have done. And I can understand why he's now down to a 5.8, because it was absolute insanity and there was no way Lee was missing from there. And they'd kept things quite tight and done quite well up until that point. But now it feels like, yeah, let's go and stuff them now, because we're 2-0 up. They've got to actually come at us a little bit now to try and get back into the game. Where are they? Tooting and Mitcham. Can anyone see them? They're down in 9th place. So They might be tentatively looking up towards the playoffs, thinking, good run of games, we could get there. But to do that, they've got to try and get a result in a game like this. So they need to come at us now. And hopefully that will give us the opportunity to score a big old pile of goals again, because I love to score a big old pile of goals. And here they are, coming at us a little bit with a throw in our half. We need to win the ball back here and get it forward a bit. Smith so carefully, so calmly nods it down to Barkley. Where was that version of Smith in those 2 matches against Accrington? He absolutely bottled those games. You saw odd flashes of brilliance from him, but at this level, he just controls absolutely everything. But it just wasn't the same against them. Hector Ingram with the... I think it was a cross, ends up with Smith, ends up with Dice eventually, who's in behind, squares it to Plange, and Plange would have I'd be wheeling away celebrating there if I was him. I would have assumed that was going to be a goal, but it wasn't. It was straight at the keeper, and we remain 2-0, and we haven't run away with this game the way I expected us to. After that second goal, we've had 8 clear-cut chances, still only scored twice. Wiggett with a good challenge. It ends up with Lee, plays it back to Liddell, who seems to have settled into this team rather nicely, and that's a good ball over the top for Lee, who surely is going to score here. Lee is in, and that was clear-cut chance number 9, but wasn't a goal. We have a corner, though, and it's Liddle to take. Corner comes over and ends up with Plange. I assume he's going to try and weasel a shot out here somewhere. I don't know what word I was trying to say. Weasel is what came out eventually. So do you weasel a lot of shots in football? Maybe not. Right, we're going to take off Hector Ingram. We're going to bring on Dom Tear. Stick him out on the wing. McKendy can go up front. We've made that change a few times now. Garcia's hopefully going to be back for the next episode. Smith, again, I was raving about him, but he's once again not having the best of games. So we'll bring on Tommy Rowe for him. Get Rowe and Liddle together in midfield. The two newish signings, just to show Smith that he's not a nailed-on guaranteed starter if he's not going to perform. We don't want him to turn into Mr. Complacent. Final change of the game. We're going to bring Ricky Holmes on up front. And actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to do that change that we've done before and go to that because I think it's fun to do that. And it worked the last time we did it, I think. Did it work the last time we did it? I think it did. Let's drop a little bit of praise. It's sort of, it's backhanded praise because we should be 8-0 up. To only be, I mean, the result has never been in doubt, but my word, 9 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances. We should have scored more than twice in this game. But ultimately, we find ourselves back up to just 9 points behind Chertsey, still 7 games in hand on them. And we should be looking pretty good for another promotion this season. So, in light of that, and now the FA Cup run is over a little bit earlier than I hoped it would be, we're probably going to play a whole load of league games now before the next episode because I know we've done quite a few episodes in the early part of this season. So let's go and do a big old pile of games, get 10, 12 games under our belts and come back somewhere around here probably. And presumably, hopefully, by then we'll be top of the league and doing well in the FA Trophy and the Alan Turvey Cup. We could still win a treble this year, boys and girls. And we've got to be feeling good for the FA Trophy. I don't know if we get pre-season odds on this, but you got to think based on our FA Cup performances, we've got to be amongst the favourites for the FA Trophy, even though we're down in Tier 8. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.